welcome everybody. Give me 2 seconds and we'll get everything flowing. Just want to say it is 8:28. Got about 2 more minutes or so. We'll be able to get everything rocking and rolling. Talk to you in two and two. All right, I think everybody sees the screen. Let me slide on over here so you guys can see me just a little bit better. All right, and because it's not about what we are doing here. So, what if you guys are tuning in now? It is 8:32, and I've been talking for about 30 seconds all by myself. So, what we're going to do is we're going to talk a little bit backwards. Okay, so I'm going to reintroduce myself. This is Michael Holmes for you first time callers or your first time watchers, right? I've already dated myself pretty good, first time callers, right? So, what we want to do is we want to let you know that just one of the founders of the Real University, and Real just simply stands for Renewing Excellence and Advancing Leadership, okay? Our goal is to help you get to your purpose. It's not about coming and doing some other type of service or product that you're going to have to mask what really is going on, what you really want to do in life, right? You don't have to worry about the job, right? Having to do the job or having to do a second job or anything like that. Let's find out how to focus on our purpose. So what we'll be doing, we'll be focusing on personal credit, business credit, and leveraging credit. So what we do, we call this our home and house strategy session. those people that want to buy houses or invest in houses, or you want to get your credit a little bit better, or maybe some business credit ideas, right? So that's what we're doing tonight. So I'm going to get out of the way and put this out of here so you guys can see the screen itself. All right. So as I said before, my name is Michael Holmes, and I've been doing real estate, whether it's been the learning, the aspect of teaching, whether the aspect of doing over 300 business deals, real estate deals in the last 30 years, then this is why you're here, right? But the thing happened in 2008 where we lost everything, right? I had almost 62 houses, lost almost $4 million in assets almost overnight, it seemed like. So what we're doing now is showing you how to reveal the real you. There are things that you would like to do, things that you are planning to do. But the thing is, right, you may have gotten to 20 years old, 30 years old, 40 years old, wherever you are, 80 years old, right? The thing is, why haven't you been allowed to express the real you, right? Who is that? Would you like to have more options? Would you like to have more choices in the things that you're doing? Okay, so that's what we're talking about today. We're going to actually say, okay, hey, what is it about? Do you desire the golden egg, or do you desire the goose? So let me make this larger so you can see everything very easily. All right. So, like we were saying, right, what is it that you're looking for? Are you looking for the golden egg, or are you looking for the goose? And if you never heard of the story about the goose and the golden egg, right? So, that's what we're talking about today. If you haven't, it simply says that there was a goose that laid golden eggs. And the farmer said, hey, what I would like to do is get more golden eggs. So, what he did was he went ahead and killed the goose in order to get more golden eggs, instead of doing what? Relying on the system, or relying on the chicken to continually give him the golden eggs. So he took away his opportunity because of impatience, because of a what they call a little bit of success. So this is what we call in the real you revealed. This is going to show you a what is it that you like to do? Is it nonprofit? Is it for profit? Is it hair? Is it nails? Is it a brick and mortar business? Is it working from home? What is it that you desire to do? Right. And that is our job to help you at the Real University, is to help you to renew excellence and to advance leadership so that you can recognize how to keep your golden eggs, right? And not have to sacrifice, but now you will have options and choices. Okay. So our biggest thing is that you want to make sure that you're thinking of yourself from your goal, right? There's a lot of opportunities. There's a lot of things that you could have taken advantage of, maybe have tried to take advantage of. And you may be saying, hey, that positive thinking doesn't work, or, this type of thing, writing down the vision doesn't work. The thing is, you got to be able to work to where you're thinking of yourself from your goal, right? That means that you got to see yourself in it. You got to see yourself wrapped around it, be able to see, smell, think of your vision, right? You can't see yourself away from your vision, okay? So the goose itself is the system. What system are you using? Or are you saying that I'm going to learn a little here, a little there, and I'm going to try a little bit of this, and hopefully somebody will show up and help me with that, right? No, but you want to use a system, and that system stands for save yourself, sanity, time, energy, and money, right? So that's your system. You want to get to something that's a duplicating so that you can know what you did, how you did it, and you can scale it up so that you can do it more and grow whatever it is that you have planted. See, when you are taking off with the golden egg, right? That's running away with just the small or initial results. Okay, so you take that and you say, hey, I want to circumvent the time that it really takes. I want to go around the time that I have to really invest in making myself the best me that I can be. I want to go around the reading and things like that. I want to go around learning how to do new skills. No, I just want to see a little bit of results and try to run away with those and try to find something else. Okay. So we want to eliminate that from your story. We want to eliminate the try again, and fail, try again and fail, right? We want to get a solid system so that when you make a plan, you know exactly how you're going to come out of that plan. But see, there are challenges that we have, okay? So, what are most people saying that are the top things that are holding most everyone back? Okay. And there are a couple of things, right? And this is what I've seen most. And that is things that are pushed from your external environment that produces certain thoughts that you have, right? What have they said and are saying over your life, right? It could be teachers, it could be previous individuals that were had some type of charge over your life, right? They could have been saying things where you were young, right? And your mentality was moldable. And now it's a set thoughts or a framework that you're always repeating over and over again. So you have to find out what has forced its way into your programming. Why do you do what you do when somebody says this, when somebody says that, right? What is it that causes you to start a program that starts you to get upset, that starts you to do self-limiting thoughts, right? What is it? And then also what happens then, you have forced internal environment. It produces certain emotions, right? So these thoughts that have been repeated over and over again, now they're in your mentality, they're your programming. These programs produce emotions. The emotions produce results. And see, what you have to do is you have to find out what has been fueling your results. So you have to go all the way back to your thoughts, right? And then you can tell, okay, when I have this particular emotion, that's because I've been thinking this particular thing. I've been thinking this particular thing because this particular individual, these particular individuals, or this particular oppression or depression or suppression, right, has me thinking a certain way about myself, right? What I can and what I cannot do. So now the real you needs to be introduced. So what goes into this, okay? It's personal growth and development. You hear individuals talking about what they will produce in business or this or that and the other, but they don't have the fortitude to go through problems. They don't have the network or resources to go around different situations, right? So they don't have the mentality to hold on, because however you have thought so far have led you to where you are right now. And if you don't change what goes in, then how can you change what goes out? See, this is your chance to dream again. This is your opportunity to say, hey, this is a clean slate. I've been thinking this way. Now, what you're saying, I can actually say, hey, let me replant this field. Let me start putting in something new. Let me start reading something new. Let me start hanging out with different people, right? Let me do something different so I can get something different, right? So if you don't think a different way, then your emotions won't allow you to do things differently. You can do it and hope to do it all the time, but you'll see yourself going into what? Self limiting thoughts. You be your own worst enemy because you don't know what are the foundations of your thoughts. And always remember, how you start a thing, right, is how you're going to be forced to end the thing, right? You can't plant apple seeds and get a pear tree, right? What goes in must come out, right? So you need goals that you can see, taste, smell, and feel. See, you need somebody to say, okay, hey, this is how you shape, this is how you take that idea and move it to the next step, right? What is your why? What is driving you? What do you value the most? See, this is how you craft the goals that you will run after, right? So then, what are you planning so that you can have more of what you value? Okay, so if you have a certain thing that you desire in your life and you said, I want to be this particular end goal, what is the things that you're doing in the middle that's going to get you to the end goal? See, it's because the means has to justify the ends, right? You can't get to the end and say, whatever I did in the middle, I just did it because I wanted to get to the end. No, you got to have the right steps in the middle so that you can get the right ending, right? So you have to understand this process as you're trying to develop into this particular stage, this particular cash flow, this particular income, this particular crusade, right? This nonprofit, whatever it is, you have to become that you're trying to attract. Right, you have to become that you're trying to see in the world. If you're not the person that is able to activate that individual or coach this individual, lead this individual, then and that individual could be just you. It could be you that needs to be led, right? So what do you do if you cannot recognize the steps of personal development? See, if you don't have the stages of personal development, then it's like, hey, I can gain this particular great idea and then maybe get it to a part way to the end. But because of how I think, but because of how I do particular reactions, then I don't have the stage of personal development that it takes to get me to the next level. That's why people that get the what's that, the winnings of the lottery and things, a lot of times they come up what, missing or gone or just unalived, right? So your first stage, it seems like it's natural. You know how you've seen some people, just seems like they were born with it. They're born leaders or they're born this. No, right? It just seems that way. Okay. There are things in their life that has been deposited along the way that helps them to exhibit a certain type of character or charisma. So it seems like it's natural. They're born with that particular talent. But see, now that's the first stage of personal development. We want to get you to a place to where you are, you, you seem like it. You have that confidence, you have that flow because you have exactly what you need to do and where you need to go. And then you begin to recognize or adopt the skills necessary, right? See, at first, it's a natural thing that you have, or you start to develop because you see something that you want to get to the end of, right? This particular goal. So now you pretend, excuse me, now you get ready to recognize. So you say, okay, I need to ride a bike. So I need to learn how to balance, right? I want to become a math teacher, right? So I need to go through these steps. I want to get involved in real estate investing. I need to go through these steps. I want to open up a business. You have to go through these steps. See, we see the things online, we see the Instagram, we see the YouTube and Facebook, and see, we think it's overnight. But no, the skills must be developed. You cannot pull away from something or pull out of something where there has not been anything deposited. Okay. So you got to develop, you got to cultivate the habits, and then the habits will become systematic. And now that's when you become free in your actions. It just seems like it's effortless. So you got to go through these stages to get you to a place to where you want to get to the income, where you want to get to the cash flow, right? Where you want to develop the assets necessary for your particular business, service, or product. Okay. So my thing is make sure you're taking great notes, right? Because a good friend told me this, that your mind works better when you have a pen or a pencil doing the remembering, right? See, when you write it down, now you can go back to it. But we only remember approximately 5 to 20% of the things that we hear, right? And then we don't remember it correctly. So we want to make sure if you want to get to that goal of 6 figures a year, start your own business, right? Whatever this is, it takes dedication. It takes commitment, right? So we say, hey, we have a power hour, all right? Read or listen to 20 minutes daily. That becomes a 1 book a month. That's about 10 pages or listening to 20 minutes, right? Time yourself, put it in your schedule, wake up a little early, plug it in. You can do Audible, right? Plug it in into your car while you're riding, right? Make advantage, right? What is it that you really desire? And if you desire it, Are you willing to get underneath the workbench, right? And to do those push-ups, to do those sit-ups, right? What is it that you're willing to do, right? To deny yourself pleasures for a time frame so that you can get to your end goal. Then we work on specialized knowledge. What is it that you're the best in your area, that you want to be the best in your area in? What is that particular field? Become the best in the knowledgeable area there, right? You want to get to where you're the go-to person. Okay. So that's another 20 minutes that you spend in becoming the best in your field, right? What are the trends that are getting the best? What is the best products or services that will make you top notch above your competition? Okay. Then you must do 20 minutes of activity, right? 20 minutes where you're going to do income producing activities, right? This is when you move, you activate. This is not organizing. This is not making calls to your family, friends. This is not calling to the same individuals, right? We're talking about developing business here, okay? So this is not something that we just plug in and we say, I want to buy this and I hope that it makes me do this. No, this is, even if you get a coach and it's a training coach at the gym, if you don't go, you still don't have any effects, right? You paying $24, $30, whatever it is for a monthly membership. But if you don't go, right, what kind of effects would you have? You're going to eventually cancel it. So we're doing this. We're saying, hey, we have 30 years in business experience. We have 20 years in this type of experience. We have these individuals that are professors and teachers and coaches with the real university that can help you through your particular challenges, right? And we do conference calls, Zoom calls, strategy sessions like this one right here, where we talk about personal credit, business credit, leveraging credit in your back office training, right? Then we have Thursday night online training. So what we do is put these things together so you can have somewhere to plug in, somebody that thinks like you are thinking, some people that are like yourself, that are not trying to sabotage where you're going, right? That are not trying to pull you back into the crab. What is that? The barrel, the crab barrel, right? You want to get up out of there. And the only way to do that, remember, is to use a system. Okay. And when you use that system, then you're able to activate what you have in your inside, right? Because there's nothing that is outside of you that is not inside of you. Whatever you're looking at in your reality is because that's the way you think. That's the way you act. So that's what you have attracted in your life. So if you want to change what you see in your life, guess what you got to do? You got to change what you put into your mind. So if you get all sad and depressed and you keep doing the same things, where I'm going to get this drink, or where I'm going to get this particular smoke, or where I'm going to watch this particular TV show, whatever it is that you're using to occupy your mind to get you away from activating what should be, which is your inner self, right? So that you can plug the training in, you can plug the conference calls in, you can plug getting around individuals that are doing things like you should be doing them. You can get the right information, and then you can start changing, right? Because you're putting more things into your mind, okay? So save yourself sanity, time, energy, and money. That's called using a system. And our system as a purpose builder is called PC plus BC plus LC, right? And that's just personal credit plus business credit. Learning how to leverage that credit to create assets. This is what builds your purpose, right? See, most times what we're doing is we're moving. We say, hey, I want to do this. Then we have to pull away from our job, time, effort, energy, and money from the job. And it was already hard enough because we got to rob Peter to pay Paul. So now you're going to start another business, and you already got plenty of children already, right? So now you got to do something. You have to start another job or get another job now, because you're going to try to fill in the holes. And see, what that doesn't happen, that doesn't work, because what's going to happen is that second job, you're going to be taken away with taxes, driving back and forth time, right? And then it's going to be just enough money. If you have kids or children, guess what? You got to actually pay for child care. And that's just going to take more and more of it. You got to get to a point to where you're leveraging. You're making the money that you're creating into cash flow. Okay. So what we do is we help with a private group by invitation only. Then we move. If you like what you're doing there with the invitation and you see the information that you have and the education that's there, right? You may want to move up, right? And it's a personal credit system. Then it's to the business credit system and your real estate investing system. See, we have three levels that will help you out. And when you're going through this, see, the success is at the top, the learning, the training, instruction, and most of all, practice. Right? It's just not plugging in and saying, "Hey, I would listen." No, we got to move. You want to do better, and we don't want to just go out here and just say, "Hey, let me get a second job," or we don't want to just bump into a lot of individuals and start to sell, different things that we really don't have a passion for, or products that we don't have a passion for. We want to get in and involve ourselves into the real you, right? You must only look inside. Everything outside of you is lying to you, right? See, what you got to do is you got to talk to yourself and say, "Hey, this is who I am. This is what I am," until your outside reality matches your inner reality. This equals personal success, right? When you understand this is when you become that get kingdom purpose builder. You understand you got to feel your three levels. You got to feel your three pillars. Personal credit, up to the place where you have your 680, 720 scores, right? Then you go and get your credit done. So now you got, or you already have it nice, maybe. Then you want to grab the extra change, right? You may want to grab 20, 30,000 to help you through the process, right? We have it exactly. Not maybe, but we have it exactly. See, now you move over to the business credit arena, and then you move over to leveraging credit. See, now you get into the place to where you have everything taken care of, right? And the threefold what cord is not easily broken. See, we want to start with that personal growth, but it happens in between, right? It's not just where we start and then run into some personal growth. We got to do the personal growth along the way. Write the vision, plant the seed, and till the soil, right? These are the milestones that you're going to create as you're walking through the real university. As you say, you're matriculating, right, through the university, we're going to step you one through the steps, right? 1, 2, and 3. We want to get you to a place where you're focused, right? And focus is just what? Following one course until successful. Following one course until successful, right? So we begin with the private access group. This is where we invite individuals that are like-minded, and we say, "Hey, this is no charge, but this is somewhere where you can get your appetite wet, learn a little bit about finance and real estate, the various things that you're trying to do, business strategies, right? And then say, "Hey, I want to move ahead." So now we introduce you to the personal credit system. You continue your personal growth, you continue to focus, and now you start to understand, I want to build something, right? So now you understand real estate investing and business credit. You move over into the business credit system, right? See, we want to make sure that you're developing the things that you're desiring from the inside out. We don't want you to get in and say, "Hey, just go sell," or "Just go do this, just go do that." Nah, we say, "Hey, remove or renew your mind first," right? If you don't never renew your mind, if you get to that end goal, you're just gonna just gonna get knocked backwards, or either you're going to keep yourself from the goal because you're going to tell yourself you're not worth it, even if you don't say it out of your mouth consciously. Subconsciously, you're telling yourself your consistent programming. Why is this always happening? Because you have consistent programming. Why do you always react that way? Because you have consistent programming. Now it's time to change the programming so that you can become the real you. Let's renew excellence and advanced leadership. This is creating multiple streams of income so that you can gain back your time to build your purpose, right? It's not to stretch you out to where you're over here, you're over there, you're doing this, you got to do over there, you got to do this, you got to do that. No, we want to show you. Just like Rich Dad Poor Dad has the rich dad, the quadrant, the cash flow quadrant, right? It has the employee, and then it has self-employed, then it has big business, and then it has the investment side. We want you to get away from just becoming the employee, and then the self-employed. We want you to become big business owners and investors, right? You have to move. You see, when you just become a small business owner, you just own a job. It's yours, but now you got to do everything. So now we want you to gain back your time and start to build your purpose. Remember, we're filling the pillars. PC, BC plus LC is where you want to be. So remember, when we invite you into our initial private access group, that's totally at no cost to you whatsoever. When you come in, you're going to be able to have the access to the course levels that you are. So you're going to be able to see the education, the information, different strategies, different articles and things, different videos, so that you can learn and try to see, okay, where am I going, or what next steps do I need to take to get to that next level, right? Because, hey, maybe you need the personal credit at the 700, 720, so that you can get 20, 30, 40,000, so that you can start the business, right? And then maybe go to the business credit. So then now you can have more leverage, right? Because now it's not built upon your social security number. So now you can actually gain a little bit more in funding and income with the business credit, right? So now you can move that over and leverage just a little bit more. Then you start leveraging credit and start creating assets. You start to invest. You start to understand, hey, this is what I can do, right? 720 credit score is better than $1 million in cash. And so you start to understand what that difference is, right? So your personal credit system is just 249, one time only. And the best thing about it is you can actually get to a point of having a net zero. So if you pay 249, you can get, if you refer someone, you will get 30 to 40% of that particular commission. And also the courses that we have, you can also refer those as well. And that's up to $600 a piece. So you can easily see how a one-time 249 payment can be easily earned back and overcame, right? And then if you choose, you can do the second level, which is 449, simple, one time only. And these are DIY, do it yourself. We're going to give you the videos, the templates, everything that you need to do your personal credit or the business credit itself. And while you're building yourself by doing the personal and business credit things for yourself, you're going to definitely bump into other individuals that could need the same things. So now you're going to get a 30 to 40% referral commission just for pointing them to the real university. You can also refer this level courses also, and you can also receive up to $1,100 a piece. Okay, so what we're doing is we're just simply creating multiple streams of income by simply working on yourself. And then as people see you fired up, they're gonna say, what are you doing? How are you doing it? I just started, and I started working with Real University. Who? What? I tell you what, they do something on Thursday night. Or I tell you what, here's their website. Or I tell you what, here's the person that's helping me out. They can help you, and then we take over, and you make the commission. Right? Nothing off of your back. Okay, and then a few of you, very few of you, will be stopping and talking to, and we're going to go and invite you to the executive level. There's no cost for the executive level, but you would have to have gone through personal credit system and also the second level real estate investing and the business credit system, right? And so that executive level, we do group economics, where we do real estate and business profit sharing, right? We also do different co-ops with social media and things like that to develop the individual businesses on a larger scale, right? As we help one, then we help all. Okay, so that is our strategy, right? The private group access, home buying and business strategies, no cost whatsoever. If we invite you into that, when you get through with this, right, we're going to introduce you to the network, like-minded people, education, and the information. Then also you have the personal credit system, where you have the DIY credit system with the website, the documents and the scripts, right? Your own personal portal as well if you choose. So now you can also receive referral compensation, a full marketing system, a complete business in a box, right? So either get yourself right or either get yourself right and also point people to the system. Then also the real estate and business credit system. Imagine this going through, getting yourself together, getting yourself all good, all in great pieces, right? And then referring other individuals that want to do the same things. So now what you've paid, you've got it back and more. And on this side, you have the business credit system, the training, the scripts and the documents, the complete marketing system, and a business in a box. Everything works together, right? And always leads up until the executive level. Okay, so there we want to make sure that we are empowering you to do your individual purpose, right? But at the same time, if you want to do a group or a community level purpose, we want to invite you through the process into the executive level. Okay, so that's all we're trying to do. Would it be okay to create multiple streams of income and build your own purpose in your own lane at the same time? That's all it's saying. So let's get you on the team, right? So if you are invited, right, what we want to do is go back to the person that invited you and just simply say, I would love access to the private group. And we'll give you the access necessary at no cost to start with the private group, right? And that's going to get you into the information, education, the strategies, all those different things that you have access for, right? And then you say, I like what I see, I want to move up. Or you can say, tonight, I would love to be number two. I would love to access, and also I'm ready for one of the systems. You say, I'm ready for the personal credit system or the business credit system. And by the way, if you have the business credit system, you also have the personal credit system. That's awesome. You don't have to get one or the other, right? You don't have to upgrade or whatever. If you get the larger one, all the other ones below it also come included. So I want to take you and thank you for your time, right? So just man, get with the person that invited you. Let them know that you are a one or a two. And guys, it has been real. And that's renewing excellence and advancing leadership. Our goal, kingdom purpose builders. And I'll see you on the other side of purpose, because this side here is just too easy. So get back with the individual that brought you here and let them know if you are a one or a two. Do you want to work on yourself and work on the challenges to help other people to create some leveraged income for yourself, right? Or you just want to do it alone? That's totally fine. And get yourself to a nonprofit or a for-profit, whatever that may be. But until then, I'll see you on the other side of purpose, because this side has been just too easy. Let's change what we're putting in so that we can change what we're getting out. Peace.